this university will be, I won't say compelling choice, but a good alternative to the students of India as well as to other countries.
What does this philosophy truly mean, and how does this shape the educational experience of the students at SAU?
The intention was create a regional hub of education where the highest quality resources are available to the students of all these countries and cost proliferation is reduced.
ये SAU को फंडामेंटली बाकी पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटी से कैसे अलग बना?
गवर्नेंस स्ट्रक्चर यूनिवर्सिटी को नहीं बनाता, क्वालिटी यूनिवर्सिटी को बनाती है. और अदर क्लासिफिकेशन अकॉर्डिंग टू मी डजंट हैव मच ऑफ ए significance.
South Asian University a compelling choice for students.
Uniqueness is you get an international degree.
So sir, why is developing a research mindset becoming essential to young graduates nowadays?
सिर्फ एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन के थ्रू ही हमें एडमिशन मिलता है. कोई भी CV या बच्चों का अपना एप्लीकेशन उस पर एडमिशन नहीं मिलता है. तो इस पे आप क्या कहेंगे?
ये इस देश की एक जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम.
So what opportunities does South Asian University give in research innovation, entrepreneurship and other funded projects?
See, research, if you think about research in terms of PhD degree or the number of publications, I think there's a very limited view of research.
Hello everyone and welcome to another inspiring episode of School Se College Tak, the SLPS podcast. Over the past few episodes, we've been interacting with the students and learning about the various institutions and universities that they have secured admissions to. We learned about their journey, the challenges they faced, and how they overcame those challenges and reached their dream institutions. Today, however, School Se College Tak takes an entirely new chapter. For the first time, instead of hearing the student's perspective, we are moving directly to the source. With us today, we have the head of a university, someone who not only shapes the university, but also influences the students with his visions, with his leadership, and his commitment to excellence. It is our honor and privilege to invite Professor K.K. Aggarwal sir to our podcast. Sir, thank you for joining us. We are delighted to have you on our podcast.
Thank you.
So before we begin our podcast, let us welcome our distinguished guest. Professor K.K. Aggarwal sir is an eminent engineer, researcher and institutional builder, a university topper in both his master's and bachelor's, and he has done his PhD in reliability evaluation and optimization from Kurukshetra University. Over an illustrious career spanning over more than 4 decades, he has been part of many prestigious bodies, and he has also been the founding Vice Chancellor of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, and he has led institutions like Institution of Electronics, Telecommunication and Engineer and the Computer Society of India. An accomplished researcher and author, Professor Aggarwal has published over 400 research papers, authored several acclaimed books, and contributed nationally significant projects like India's PSLV space mission, and has delivered invited lectures at the leading world universities. Today, as the president of South Asian University, he continues to champion academic excellence, research, innovation, and international collaboration. It is truly an honor to have you with us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Adar.
South Asian University is a unique international university established by the 8 SAARC countries with the vision of knowledge without borders. It brings together students from all across South Asia, and we are delighted to inform you, sir, that many of our students, 8 students from SLPS, have received admission offers from SAU,
good.
and 4 of them have already joined the university.
Very good.
That makes today's conversation very important for our fellow friends, parents, and other educators.
Good. I'm happy to have your students and hope that we'll have many more in the future years.
Sir, with that, let's begin. Sir, whenever students are thinking about institutions that they want to study at, they limit themselves to the institutions within their nation or within their state. However, SAU is built on the philosophy of knowledge without borders. So, what does this philosophy truly mean, and how does this shape the experience, the educational experience of the students at SAU?
The first thing is you must understand the genesis of this university. The genesis of this university was that all these SAARC countries, India obviously is the largest and the most developed. The intention was create a regional hub of education where the highest quality resources are available to the students of all these countries and cost proliferation is reduced. Because for countries like this, unless we have cost effective quality education, we don't serve the purpose. If we say very high quality, it doesn't reach. If we go very low quality, it doesn't serve the purpose. So it's a very challenging task in the region like this, that you have to have education which is high quality and still affordable cost. And in that light, at that time, 15 years ago or roughly that time, India suggested that let's create a university which can serve all the students of all these regional countries in specialized areas of education. And India offered to provide all the land and the building at their own cost, and the other expenses are shared, mainly 60% by India. And knowledge without borders as a concept was created, that we transfer the knowledge from students of one country to the university in another country and vice versa, so that entire region develops. Second immediate byproduct comes is that once you study with the class fellows from 8 countries, that diversity which we are looking for is built in automatically. You have to have students from several countries in the same classroom, which we are looking for opportunities in other schools and colleges. Here it is built in. So that diversity becomes a built-in concept of this university, and that is why we say knowledge without borders.
सर आज बच्चों के पास काफ़ी सारी चॉइसेस हैं यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के लिए. प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं, इंटरनेशनल कैंपसेस हैं, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं. तो बच्चे काफ़ी कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं, सब अपनी अपनी अलग ऑफर्स करते हैं. एंड SAU एक नया कॉन्सेप्ट लेके आया है और एक नई कॉन्सेप्ट है कि 8 सार्क नेशंस ने एक सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी बनाई है इंडिया में. सर ये SAU को फंडामेंटली बाकी पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटी से कैसे अलग बनाता है?
ऐसा है कि किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी को किसी भी दूसरी यूनिवर्सिटी से डायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. इस देश में और इस रीजन में एजुकेशन का एक्सपेंशन अभी भी इतना ज़्यादा चाहिए कि हमें जितनी मर्जी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ बना लें कमी होगी. जो आपने क्लासिफिकेशन की बात की बेटा कि सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज़, पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटीज़, प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज़, मेरा अपना व्यक्तिगत रूप से ये मानना है इस क्लासिफिकेशन का कोई मतलब नहीं है. मतलब तो ये है अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ या खराब यूनिवर्सिटीज़. यदि हम क्वालिटी एजुकेशन दे सकते हैं तो उसका गवर्नेंस स्ट्रक्चर क्या है? पब्लिक, स्टेट, प्राइवेट, इट्स ऑल गवर्नेंस स्ट्रक्चर. गवर्नेंस स्ट्रक्चर यूनिवर्सिटी को नहीं बनाता, क्वालिटी यूनिवर्सिटी को बनाती है. इसलिए देश को ये प्रयास करना चाहिए कि जो भी यूनिवर्सिटी बने, जो भी स्कूल बने, जो भी कॉलेज बने, उसमें क्वालिटी लेवल्स रीजनेबल सुनिश्चित हो. Other classification, according to me, doesn't have much of a significance.
Sir, you said that India needs a lot more universities at the moment. But sir, whenever we are applying for universities, our parents compare the different universities. So what, in your opinion, makes South Asian University a compelling choice for students?
No, what I said earlier, I'll have to repeat. South Asian University, I will not say is a compelling choice. I will say it is one of the good choices, because South Asian University alone can never fulfill the aspirations of a vast country like even India. Forget about the region. We probably need many more universities of the same quality standard. South Asian University's uniqueness is you get an international degree studying in India, in Delhi. Our degrees are automatically recognized by all the 8 countries. That's a built-in concept. Our MOU, initial MOU, was signed by 8 foreign ministers of 8 countries. I have the original document from India. Pranab Mukherjee has signed it, who was the foreign minister at that time. So similarly, all the 8 foreign ministers have signed it. In my governing board, I have members as chairman of UGC of all the 8 countries. So that's the level of quality which we focus on. So what I wish is that unfortunately this university did not make that much progress and did not make itself known very well. We are trying and hope that during the coming years this university will be I won't say compelling choice, but a good alternative to the students of India as well as to other countries.
My another question is, sir, until 2 decades ago, like in the past 2 decades, the Indian education system, it was leaning towards more the rote memorization, the ratta marna. But it has started to change now. Now students and employers and universities, they value more the analysis that you bring, the analysis that you can do. So, sir, why is developing a research mindset becoming essential to young graduates nowadays?
I think you've raised 2 things. One is the whole philosophy of education is changing from rote learning to creative thinking. A reason is very simple. See, when we had low quality education, rote learning becomes the single most parameter which decides the performance, which happens. Many advanced countries change faster. We change little later. But yes, now our school education, even higher education, is deviating from rote learning much to the creative thinking. Second is technology has enabled much in this. For example, you may not know, in our schools, remembering tables used to be a exercise for a year. Chemistry students remembering periodic table was a job which could be done for whole 6 months. Now why should you do that? It's in your mobile. So the technology has also made us realize that rote learning is doing no good. Something which is in your pocket, why should you remember? So that is one thing. Second is, when we go to the problem solving of life, it does not happen by rote learning or any single discipline concept. All problems of life are solved by using knowledge of several subjects. When I say all problems, see, unfortunately, we taught our students in the country that problems means examination problems. This is a very, very sad commentary on education, that problem means examination problem. Problem does not mean examination problem. Problem means life problem. Solving a differential equation is not problem solving. Having a chemical equation is not problem solving. Solving the energy problem is problem solving. Providing drinking water at affordable cost is a problem. I mean, to buy water is a curse on the society. When God gives you 75% water and still people have to buy water because we could not produce zero cost drinking water. That's a problem. So problem solving will always require much more than rote learning, much more than single discipline, and that is why now it is shifting. And unless you really shift, education had started meaning a piece of degree. That's not education. Education is, are you now becoming more useful to the society? Are you able to help your friends, help the downtrodden, help your parents, help your family, help the country in many ways? So that is where we have to change the education, and we have started changing. I would still say we should change faster. I'm a little impatient in that sense. We should be a little more faster on this, because something which is required, and fortunate part is now everybody understands it is required. It has only to be translated into practice. And also rote learning was resorted to because maybe at that time we were not able to think what better to do. As I've given you examples. As a matter of fact, we analyzed, I myself gave a talk in Nepal last 3 months ago. And I said, whatever technology asked us to do, we never did. For that matter, maybe not maybe you started the school. When you started the school, you must remember handwriting was very important. Now handwriting is nowhere because you type on computers, you never write. So should handwriting continue to be important? Why? So the whole philosophies have to change depending upon what is the need of the future. And that is where education is going through a transformation, positive transformation. Speed has to be little more, but it will happen.
Sir, as you seem to be not in favor of rote learning and more of a problem solving and creative thinking, but जब यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में एडमिशन लेने की बात आती है तो जो हमारे पास एडमिशन एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन टेस्ट हैं वो तो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग या इन पे फोकस करते ही नहीं है. अगर हमें किसी भी इंडिया की रेप्यूटेटेड गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी में अप्लाई करना हो तो सिर्फ एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशंस होते हैं. जैसे फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में आप एक एप्लीकेशन सर्व करते हैं अपना कि आपने क्या क्या एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर वर्क्स किए हैं, किसी एनजीओ के लिए काम किया है, पर ऐसा किसी भी इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटी में देखने को नहीं मिलता है. सिर्फ एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन के थ्रू ही हमें एडमिशन मिलता है. और एसयू में भी सिर्फ जेई मेंस के स्कोर पे और जो भी अलग अलग डिफरेंट स्पेशलाइजेशंस का एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन है और जो एसयू का खुद का एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन है उसके बेसिस पे ही एडमिशन मिलता है. हमें कोई भी सीवी या बच्चों का अपना एप्लीकेशन उस पर एडमिशन नहीं मिलता है. तो इस पे आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
मैं तुम्हारी बात से ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा सहमत हूँ. ये 100% करेक्ट है. ये इस देश की एक जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम है. जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम इसलिए है कि हमारे पास अभी भी अच्छे इंस्टीट्यूशंस की बहुत कमी है. इसलिए एप्लीकेशन जब इतनी ज़्यादा आ जाती हैं तो शायद और कोई तरीका समझ में नहीं आ रहा. मैं बिल्कुल मानता हूँ कि हमें बेटर तरीके करने चाहिए, लेकिन यदि आईआईटी को 4 लाख बच्चों में से 4000 बच्चा छांटना है तो और तरीका हो क्या, ये समस्या है. जब आपने फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ की बात की तो शायद नंबर्स की रेशो इतनी भयंकर नहीं है. सेकेंडली, जब सप्लाई और डिमांड का कर्व ठीक नहीं होता तो चैलेंजेस बहुत आते हैं. इस देश में अभी भी मेरा एडमिशन क्यों नहीं हुआ कोर्ट में भी फैसला करते हैं. तो यदि कोर्ट ने फैसला करना है तो फिर तो एंट्रेंस टेस्ट ही करना पड़ेगा. तो इसलिए अभी तक ये मजबूरी वाली बात है, ये डिज़ायरेबल बात नहीं है. इसके बेटर सोल्यूशन कब निकलेंगे वो भी हमें शायद दूसरे देशों से भी कुछ लेसन लेने होंगे. बहुत सी अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी जो वर्ल्ड की हैं दे आर कम्प्लीटली फ्री फॉर मेकिंग एडमिशंस. बट देन साइमल्टेनियसली उनको कोई ये पूछने का अधिकार नहीं रखता कि आपने इस बच्चे को एडमिशन क्यों नहीं दिया. वो उन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ की इच्छा है. उस बात को अभी तक हम भारत में नहीं ला पा रहे, इसलिए जो हो रहा. जो आपने एसएयू की बात की, हमने कम से कम 2-3 छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स लिए हैं. एक तो इट इज़ नॉट सिंगल एंट्रेंस टेस्ट. एसएयू अपना एंट्रेंस टेस्ट होता है, लेकिन हम ये इंसिस्ट नहीं करते कि हम उन्हीं बच्चों को लेंगे जो एसएयू के एंट्रेंस टेस्ट के थ्रू आए हैं. हम जेई भी लेंगे, हम सीयूईटी भी लेंगे, कोई भी टेस्ट जो नेशनल टेस्ट है. इसी तरह से नेपाल का नेशनल टेस्ट नेपाल के बच्चों के लिए मानेंगे, बांग्लादेश का नेशनल टेस्ट बांग्लादेश के बच्चों के लिए मानेंगे. ये किया. और मैंने ये भी किया कि उसके बावजूद भी यदि किसी के +2 में बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स हैं तो उसको भी हम एक्सेप्शनली लेंगे. तो हमने थोड़ा सा कोशिश की है इसको करने की, पर और करने की ज़रूरत है. वो अभी हमने पीएचडी में किया. हमारे यहाँ पीएचडी में एडमिशन सिर्फ एंट्रेंस टेस्ट के बेस पर नहीं होता. 50% वेटेज एंट्रेंस टेस्ट को दे के उसके बाद 50% सारी फैकल्टी इंटरव्यू करके एडमिशन करती है, क्योंकि वहाँ नंबर थोड़े कम हैं. तो शुरुआत करी है, लेकिन बिल्कुल ज़रूरी है ये करना. और
Earlier, you said that education is just not about the degree, it is about the knowledge. And I think that is being implemented in India as well, just like the rest of the countries. Like students today want to innovate, they want to launch their own startups, they want to research, they want to make some real impact on the world. So, what opportunities does South Asian University give in research, innovation, entrepreneurship, and other funded projects?
South Asian University, like any other good university, I won't say it is unique, like any other good university, we encourage research, we encourage innovation, we encourage entrepreneurship, external funding. The reason is simple because see, research, if you think about research in terms of PhD degree or the number of publications, I think that's a very limited view of research. Research is whenever you can think of something new. And research, according to me, is not prerogative only of PhD degree holders. A fifth class student can be a researcher in some sense if he is able to think something. Even word over, we now have journal papers about 25 to 30% by undergraduate students. Earlier we believed you can publish only after masters, after PhD. Today 25 to 30% of journal papers are by undergraduate students. We have to be innovative in our thinking. My own granddaughter in America published a paper when she was in the school, 9th class, 10th class, and she published a paper with a professor of Harvard. Now imagine a student of 10th class co-author with Harvard professor, and Harvard professor was so happy with that research. So we in this country have to open ourselves to what we call as nonlinear thinking. See, our whole philosophy was sequential. Learn this first, then this, then this, then this. Now that path is too long at times. So we have to be nonlinear, jump on this, learn this. Similarly in the schools, whether this subject, this subject, this subject. For example, if I give a very rough example, we will say from very early age, pick up specializations. We prefer today in the education, specialization should come later in life. The total knowledge base should be developed first, because ultimately you may find the solution to a problem of subject A via subject B. Now that training has to be done. And there have been many case studies in education where they encourage this. I remember a very, very simple case study in a school. They put 12 objects in the table and asked a student pick up any object. Then they said give any word at random. And they said now combine the two and generate something quickly. And a school child got a frog as a toy from the table and a pencil on a slip on the paper. Now, how to connect pencil with the frog? He had 5 minutes to do that. He says, I'll design a pencil as a robot which can jump as a frog and go to the next step. So that kind of creative thinking will have to be brought in by different subjects put together. Today, different sciences are treated separately. In South Asian University last year, I started a science course where every student has to study physics, chemistry, math and biology both. I don't want to create walls between math and biology. So these are the kinds of things which will have to be taken because in the lighter vein I said, when I say knowledge without borders, it is not only geographical borders. I want to kill the borders between the subjects also. Why should there be a border between mathematics and biology? In this country, you must have seen, you are all students, so much pressure in this. When even your sub-Jiwala is interested whether you are doing PCM or PCB. Why should that be? Well, is math and biology different countries? And today we need both. When I address the doctors, I say, imagine yourself without engineer. You are no doctors. Doctors today cannot perform without computer science. Don't give them a good MRI, don't give them a good CAT scan, you don't give them a diagnostic lab which performs 100 tests in 1 hour. They will fail as doctors. So we have to bring many subjects together to make sure this is done, and that brings research as an imperative thing. Innovation is an imperative thing.
Absolutely correct, sir. Sir, initially South Asian University was more focused on research, the masters, the postgraduate degrees. But recently you have introduced the undergraduate degrees as well. So why did SAU feel the need to introduce this change?
Two things. Firstly, I believe younger the people, more innovative they can be. And I have no hesitation to say, unless as a teacher, I believe my students should go higher than me, the word will not develop. See, the word develops only when I make sure that the next generation goes ahead of me. And therefore, to take the younger is necessary. Number two, if I have very few postgraduate students, I can have very few teachers. And the numbers don't match, then I can't cover all areas of education. If I have undergraduate also, I can have teachers of all subjects, all variations. And secondly, this synthesis between various subjects is important, various countries is important, and similarly, various levels of education are important. Today, what is undergraduate, what is postgraduate itself has become a question mark, because we allow many a times to do post-graduation in a subject which is different than your undergraduate subject, right?
Yes.
If that be so, what is the significance of if the first degree is the postgraduate degree, which happens in many cases, then what is wrong? So therefore, I believe just as many distinctions are dying down, undergraduate, postgraduate is also a matter of convenience. And it should be a continuum of education. And in that spirit, we started undergraduate education also. And as I said, when I was a vice chancellor of IP University, I believed right from then, catch them young. That was my slogan at the time. You may not recollect or may recollect, I started first time in IP University, 5-year LLB program. Otherwise, LLB used to be after BA. I said, why? Why not after plus 2? And that became a much more successful program than 3-year LLB. So we have to change these things also over a period of time.
I understand. So, sir, now there are undergraduate degrees at SAU. So, it's like all undergraduate, like most undergraduates, many students will aspire to pursue postgraduate degrees at like globally renowned universities. But students also need the right guidance, the right environment, and the right opportunities to pursue this type of education. So, sir, how does South Asian University prepare and support students who wish to continue their academic journey all around the globe?
See, when you take an undergraduate course, we prepare the students for a variety of options. There would be some who will go as entrepreneurs, some who will go for jobs, some who will go for higher education, some who will go abroad for different areas of education. So when you design an educational program, you have to be open to all these directions. So you don't really design an undergraduate program only for research or only for this, except in some specialized areas. Uh, I'll again like to repeat, according to me, undergraduate education should be more broad-based. And in that sense, I admire medical education. See, MBBS is not specialized at all. They make sure that the first degree is without any specialization, because you must understand everything. So, therefore, undergraduate education can lead to several directions, including postgraduate education. And also, why should everybody go in for postgraduate education? That's also a question. We should have enough avenues. As a matter of fact, again, I think one problem which happened is that is where we started with the first question of the numbers. See, because here everybody believed more higher degree is important, because we never gave importance to professions. We gave importance to degrees. So that also is changing slightly. So therefore, we do not prepare students only for postgraduate degree education. We prepare them in general. But yes, being an international university, and as I said, the purpose was to help the students of all these 8 countries. Research remained a core focus of this university, because it is the research areas which are difficult for smaller countries.
Yes.
सर व्हेन स्टूडेंट्स पिक यूनिवर्सिटीज़ तो उनका मेन एक चीज़ होती है कि कैंपस लाइफ मेरे को कैसे मिलेगी और कैंपस में एक्सपोजर कैसा मिलेगा। और इसमें एसईयू का एक काफ़ी की फैक्टर है कि एक ही क्लासरूम पे 8 अलग-अलग नेशन से बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं। सबके अलग-अलग लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस होते हैं, सबके अलग-अलग कल्चर हैं, डिफरेंट नेशन से कल्चर हैं। हम इंडिया में ही स्टेट्स में इतने डिफरेंट कल्चर्स हैं और फिर और दूसरे नेशंस के भी कल्चर आ जाते हैं। तो आपके पर्सपेक्टिव से ये बच्चों की पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट में और कैरेक्टर डेवलपमेंट में कैसे हेल्प करेगा?
नहीं, ये तो बेटा आई थिंक तुमने जवाब दे ही दिया है। ये बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प करेगा ही करेगा, क्योंकि जब आप एक दूसरे के साथ मिलकर काम करते हैं ना, आप प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं, एक बांग्लादेश का बच्चा है, एक नेपाल की लड़की है, एक प्रोजेक्ट आप कर रहे हैं, तो वो अपने आप बिल्ट इन हो जाता है। एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन में कई बार गाइड करना पड़ता है, डाइवर्सिटी को एक तरह से मजबूर करना पड़ता है बच्चों के लेवल पे। जैसे मैं बताऊं, एआईसीटी हैकाथन्स करती है। हैकाथन में हमने रूल बनाया है एआईसीटी में कि भाई 4 का, क्योंकि इंजीनियरिंग में लड़के ज़्यादा जाते कंपैरेटिवली, अब थोड़ा सा चेंज हुआ है, लेकिन तो एक रूल बनाया है कि नहीं, 4 के ग्रुप में एक लड़की होगी होगी। क्योंकि डाइवर्सिटी को किस तरह से लाना, क्योंकि आज जो हम प्रोजेक्ट्स करते हैं, एक प्रोजेक्ट टीम में एक इंजीनियर ऑस्ट्रेलिया का है, एक इंजीनियर अमेरिका का है, एक इंजीनियर इंडिया का है। अब उनके टाइम जोन भी अलग हैं, टेस्ट भी अलग है, बोलने चालने का तरीका भी अलग है, सब कुछ अलग है। तो उन, लेकिन प्रोजेक्ट करना है इकट्ठे, तो वो यदि यहाँ से सीख जाएंगे तो इट विल बी वेरी हेल्पफुल टू देम। अब हमारे यहाँ जो फंक्शन होता है, तो उसमें बांग्लादेश के बच्चे और बंगाल के बच्चे इतने मिलके फंक्शन करते हैं। मेस में ये कभी कभी भूटानीज खाना बना देते हैं, कभी कभी नेपाली खाना बना देते हैं, तो बच्चों को पता तो लगता है क्या फ़र्क होता है। तो जो डाइवर्सिटी के एडवांटेजेस होते हैं वो यहाँ बिल्ट इन हो जाते हैं, और आगे बढ़ने के लिए एक जिसे कहते हैं नेचुरल प्लेटफॉर्म बेटर मिलता है। क्योंकि जैसे हम आगे लाइफ में बढ़ेंगे, अलग अलग तरह के लोगों से काम करना ही पड़ेगा, अलग अलग तरह के लोगों से टीम अप करना ही पड़ेगा। उसकी ट्रेनिंग यदि यूनिवर्सिटी में रहते रहते हो जाए तो बहुत अच्छा है।
इंडियन पेरेंट्स खास करके जब अपने बच्चे को किसी भी कॉलेज में डालना चाहते हैं तो वो कॉलेज कैंपस सब देखेंगे, पर सबसे मेन इम्पॉर्टेंट सवाल जो उनके दिमाग में रहता है कि प्लेसमेंट, मेरे बच्चे का फ्यूचर सिक्योर होगा कि नहीं होगा, इस कॉलेज के बाद अपॉर्चुनिटी क्या मिलेगी। तो सर एसएयू क्या स्टेप्स और इनिशिएटिव्स ले रहा है कि बच्चे को अच्छा एक्सपोजर मिले, अच्छी इंटर्नशिप्स, अच्छी अच्छी एमएनसीज में इंटर्नशिप मिले और अच्छा एक्सपोजर मिले और वो आगे अपनी स्टडी कंटिन्यू कर सके फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में या फिर किसी अच्छी एमएनसीज में काम कर सके। तो सर क्या स्टेप्स लिए जा रहे हैं ऐसे भी?
बेटा, दो बातें इसमें भी। पहले इस यूनिवर्सिटी का साइज इतना छोटा था कि प्लेसमेंट की कोई ऐसी रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं थी, और जो हम आज से 3-4 साल मेरे आने से पहले के बच्चे हैं, सारी दुनिया में अच्छे प्लेस्ड हैं एसएयू के, बिकॉज क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन अच्छी हो तो प्लेसमेंट अपने आप होता है। सारी दुनिया में प्लेस्ड है। अब नंबर थोड़ा सा बड़ा है तो प्लेसमेंट में हम फॉर्मल ध्यान दे रहे हैं, ताकि अब मैं इस समय मेरे ख्याल से 40-50 बड़ी इंडस्ट्री को लिख चुका हूँ यहाँ आने के लिए, करने के लिए, तो प्लेसमेंट में पूरा ध्यान देंगे। लेकिन मेरा फिर भी एक सेंटेंस है कि यदि आप बच्चे को शिक्षा अच्छी दोगे तो प्लेसमेंट अपने आप होगा। जब प्लेसमेंट करने इंडस्ट्री आती है तो वो देखती क्या है कि बच्चे को आता कि नहीं आता, बच्चा हमें यूजफुल हुआ कि नहीं होगा। क्योंकि आज इंडस्ट्री की भी रिक्वायरमेंट चेंज हुई है। पहले होता था कि बच्चे को क्या आता है, अब वो भी ये देखते हैं कि क्योंकि जब तक मैं इसे जॉब दूंगा तब तक तो जो ये पढ़ा है वो तो ऑब्सोलीट हो चुका होगा, दूसरा होगा। तो व्हाट दे नाउ सी इज, क्या ये बच्चा नई चीज़ें अपने आप सीखने के काबिल है कि नहीं। The HR has totally changed. Now HR doesn't thrust on what you know. HR thrusts on can you learn yourself, because that will be necessary. तो इसलिए प्लेसमेंट पे एफर्ट देना जरूरी है। आई विल प्रोबेबली से इट्स मोर टू द सेटिस्फेक्शन ऑफ द पब्लिक, बट पर्सनली आई विल बिलीव आप इतना बच्चे को सक्षम कर दो कि इंडस्ट्री अपने आप ले आए।
अभी काफ़ी चेंजेस आ रहे हैं इंडस्ट्रीज़ में, क्यों AI बूम कर रहा है और काफ़ी जॉब्स, काफ़ी MNCs ले ऑफ कर रही हैं, और SAU खासकर नई चीज़ों पे फोकस कर रहा है, जैसे कि मैथमेटिक्स एंड कंप्यूटिंग्स और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में काफ़ी कोर्सेज हैं और काफ़ी हैवीली प्रमोटेड भी हैं SAU के द्वारा, और आप भी काफ़ी इंटरेस्टेड हैं मैथमेटिक्स एंड कंप्यूटिंग और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में। बट आजकल लोग इनमें इतना इंटरेस्ट ले ही नहीं रहे हैं। सबको ट्रेडिशनल कंप्यूटर साइंस जो 10 साल 20 साल पहले पढ़ाई जाती थी, सिर्फ एक कोडिंग लैंग्वेज सिखा के कंपनीज में काम करने लगते थे, अब वो चेंज हो रहा है। लोग कंपनीज को और इन डेप्थ नॉलेज चाहिए, और AI बेसिक जॉब कर पा रहा है। और तो बच्चों को आप क्या एडवाइस देना चाहेंगे आज जो AI का एज चल रहा है उसमें?
बच्चों को मैं यही एडवाइस देना चाहूँगा, आप बहुत ज़्यादा किसी भी टेम्पोरल चीज़ में फोकस ना करिए, क्योंकि जो आपका कोर्स का ड्यूरेशन है 2-3 साल, उसी में काफ़ी कुछ चेंज हो जाएगा। इसलिए आप ज़्यादा जोर ये दीजिए कि जब भी कोई नई चीज़ आपके सामने आएगी, आप उसको कितनी जल्दी ग्रास्प कर पाएंगे। इसीलिए मैं टीचर्स को भी यह कहता हूँ कि एग्जामिनेशन में भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम ऐसी देनी चाहिए जब भी कोई क्लास में नहीं डिस्कस हुई, सो दैट हमें ये भी देखना है कि नई चीज़ को कोई कैसे टैकल करता है। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, और जिसकी बात की आपने, ये मेरा अपना सब्जेक्ट है। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, आपको हैरानी होगी, आप तो खैर नहीं, डेफिनेटली नहीं पैदा हुए थे, आपके पिताजी भी पैदा हुए थे कि नहीं होते जब मैंने AI पढ़ाया। 40 साल पहले AI पढ़ाया, लेकिन फिर 30 साल AI किसी ने नहीं किया। क्योंकि AI क्या है, AI को यूज़ करने के लिए हमें डेटा साइंस चाहिए था, डेटा साइंस टेक्नोलॉजीज आई नहीं थी, इसलिए AI अच्छा सब्जेक्ट होके भी किताबों में पढ़ा रहा। तो किस सब्जेक्ट के साथ कौन सा सब्जेक्ट चलता है, कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजी चलती है, ऑल दिस कीप चेंजिंग। और यदि ये सब चेंज हो रहा है तो बच्चों को एक चीज़ पे ही ज़्यादा ध्यान देना चाहिए कि मैं कोई भी नई चीज़ सीखने की कोशिश करूं। और AI में भी, AI ऐप यूज़ करना आ गया, वो AI नहीं है, AI इज़ AI, और उसके लिए बहुत अच्छा मैथमेटिक्स चाहिए। जब मुझे कई बार हैरानी होती है, इवन मैनी ऑफ माई प्रोफेसर कोलीग्स विल से अब मैथमेटिक्स की ज़रूरत नहीं है। अब मैथमेटिक्स के बिना AI नहीं हो सकता, लॉजिक के बिना AI नहीं हो सकता, और लॉजिक फिलॉसफी का सब्जेक्ट है। तो इसलिए अब कौन सा सब्जेक्ट कहाँ यूज़ होगा, ये एक बिल्कुल अलग चीज़ है। इसलिए फंडामेंटल्स को ध्यान देना और ज़्यादा ज़रूरी हो गया, क्योंकि फंडामेंटल्स ठीक होंगे तो आप कोई भी नया सब्जेक्ट सीख लोगे। तो कोडिंग, यस यू आर राइट, 10 साल पहले कोडिंग वॉज USP, कोडिंग आता है तो ठीक बात। अब कोडिंग तो चैट जीपीटी करता, जेमिनी करता, तो बच्चे क्या करेंगे? तो बच्चों को कुछ और ही करना पड़ेगा। इसलिए किसी भी चीज़ पे अपना 100% इन्वेस्ट नहीं करो, आप अपने आप को मल्टीवेरियस बनाओ, make yourself willing to see new things, adopt new things, learn new things, understand new things. Be patient to fail, because you will fail at times. It cannot happen that you will always succeed. तो उस, यदि आप फेल होते हो तो आपका हौसला ख़राब नहीं होना चाहिए, आपको रोना धोना नहीं चाहिए। यदि आप सफल होते हो तो एक आध रात जश्न मनाना ठीक है, और उसी खुशी में साल निकाल देना ठीक नहीं है। ये सब प्रेजेंट जनरेशन को सीखना चाहिए।
Sir, South Asian University is a comparatively new university. It's fresh on the menu. And I think it is more eager to adapt to the new technologies and the new types of learning that are coming in the world. So, sir, what can you tell us about the faculties in relation to that?
Faculty in South Asian University, I can say with surety, is one of the best, because again there are reasons for this. First of all, it's our mindset. We will never compromise on faculty. Secondly, it's an international university, so everybody loves to be associated with the international university. Thirdly, there is an economic reason also. All faculties in this university do not have to pay any income tax. So that also gives us an additional advantage to get the best faculty.
Now I think it's time to move on to the next segment, which I think will be a very fun segment, the rapid fire round.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So the first question is, please give us one word that defines great leadership.
Trust in others.
Trust in others.
I mean, build trust for yourself in the mind of others.
सर एक हैबिट जो हर स्टूडेंट को डेवलप करनी चाहिए थ्रू आउट हिज स्टूडेंट लाइफ.
Hard work, sincerity to yourself. Don't never cheat yourself. Let others assess you whatever way they wish to.
What is one book that you would recommend to young learners all across India?
One book. Okay, maybe all across the world, Bhagavad Gita. I think this summarizes the philosophy of life in every situation.
सर एक क्वालिटी जो आप चाहते हैं कि हर एक एसएयू का बच्चा डेवलप करे ही करे, और चाहे एसएयू का या कोई भी और बच्चा डेवलप करे.
क्वालिटी हर बच्चा जो डेवलप करे, मेरे हिसाब से वो यही है कि अपने आप को ओपन टू नॉलेज रखो. क्योंकि एग्ज़ाम में 10 on 10 CGPA आने से आपको सब कुछ आ गया, ये वहम मन से निकालो, क्योंकि ये 10 0 हो जाएगा अगले साल. इसलिए अपने आप को आगे बढ़ने के लिए मुझे सीख लिया, क्योंकि नॉलेज आपकी उम्र से भी ज़्यादा तेज़ी से बढ़ रहा है. तो इसलिए वो स्पेस को रखने के लिए आपको कंटिन्यूस लर्निंग करना पड़ेगा.
Sir, finally, what message would you like to share with students all across the world?
Well, message, I would say maybe all across India or in this region. First, I find, having traveled all over the world and talked to the students, our students in this country lack confidence in general compared to the students of America or England. Our students do not believe in their own strengths. They cry over their own weaknesses, but they don't estimate their strengths, which is necessary to succeed in the world, number one. Number two, they should be always eager to move forward. They should learn to draw a line between being ambitious and being frustration. I mean, you should be ambitious, but if you don't get everything, you should not be frustrated next day. That understanding is necessary in this sweetie world.
Yes.
Sir, according to you, what defines success as a student?
If you are happy. At the end of the day, you should be happy of what you are doing.
I think that's time. Thank you, sir, for joining us today on our podcast.
My pleasure talking to you. I think first time I am giving a podcast to the school students. Otherwise, I have been giving to anchors. But well done job. And 10 on 10 on anchoring to you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, this has been a great learning opportunity.
Thank you.
Listening to you.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir. And to all our viewers, thank you for joining us today for another enriching episode of our podcast. We hope today's episode inspires you to dream bigger, stay curious, and embrace lifelong learning. Now, please go to the comment section and please share your views on the video, on the podcast, on the episode. And until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep watching our podcast. Thank you and goodbye.